Welcome to another Junk Journal Snacks episode. I am here with my planner again today, and I'd like to add some odds and ends that I've been collecting. So let's go right in. Maybe first I should show you what I want to add. The most important thing is this beautiful postcard. Of course, this is Audrey Hepburn in Rome. And I received this from my dear friend Louisa Heinzel. And obviously this needs to go in my planner. Now the thing with this postcard is that it's hard to add because I don't want to add it as a pocket because I want to be able to read what Louisa wrote. But also I can't really adhere it here or on the bottom. The only place I can adhere it is here without losing any of her text. So I thought the best way to add that would be like a flip down. So I need to find a page for that. Then I have these bits here left from a coin envelope that I made. Just like I made the one in my, I think it was the previous video, the grungy one that I added to my Keeper of Memory book. These aren't really the colors that work the best with my Dragonflies Resurrected theme, but maybe I can make them work somehow. Then I have this catalog here, which I received in the mail because I recently bought a new bottle of art glitter glue with a metal tip because I simply cannot get my small one open. So hopefully I'll be able to open this one once I need to refill it. And I don't really need the catalog, but I saw this before. I wanted to throw it out. This is so cute. Weekend forecast, crafting with a chance of chocolate. Does that sound familiar to any of you? It's totally something that I would do. So I want to cut this out and put this in my planner as well. And then I have this. Totally not my style. I'm so not into these gnome people here, even though they are gold. And I got these with the art glitter glue. So it's very sweet. It's a freebie, but it's just not me. But then I saw it has like, look, it has like the sun here and some flowers and some butterflies. So maybe I could at least use these. So let's start off with the easiest one, which is this postcard. Oh, remember I have this one page here. Why don't I just put it here? And then I could flip it down, see Louisa's text, and look at the beautiful flowers of my kids. So I'm simply going to use some masking tape for this. I just want to cover up what Louisa wrote because that's personal. And that's one page done. Then I'll cut this out, but I don't think I will use it as like the full thing because the background is kind of weird. Oh, I just cut into the butterfly. I saw that too late. Could totally use that. This looks kind of weird. So I'm going to just cut around the words. So this is what it looks like cut out. I like these bottom two. I don't really like these two. So I'll stamp the weekend forecast on this coffee dyed scrap using my 12-digit rollable alpha stamp. I love this stamp, but it can be quite tricky because these wheels are so close to each other. So when you want to turn one, first of all, sometimes it's tricky to find the right wheel on this side and this side. And then when you turn one, a lot of times you end up turning the one next to it with it as well. So it definitely takes patience, but I'm so happy to have this because when I use my clickable alphabet stamps, that set only has 2 E's. So when I need a word like weekend, I need to first stamp one part and then the other part. But to line those up exactly is really difficult. So then I'm very happy to have this one. So I'll cut these out as well. Yeah, I like that a lot better. So now I need something to put that on. So I added all my ephemera pieces from the Dragonflies Resurrection Kit in here. So maybe I can add these to one of the journaling cards. Let's try this one. For me, actually, instead of saying crafting with a chance of chocolate, crafting with a guarantee of chocolate is more accurate. Now you might think the obvious choice to adhere this would be my new art glitter glue because I have the fine tip here, but it's too fiddly for me, and when it squishes out it will leave some glossy marks. So instead I am going to use my gel mat. So I've received a request from one of my viewers recently. Actually, I've had this request a few times to make a video about the different types of glue. Now, I totally understand the need for such a video because even having done this for years, I sometimes still struggle with what glue to use on which surface and with which material. So I have usually been referring my viewers to a video which is now already, I think, 3 years old by Nick the Booksmith. But what I could imagine doing is filming my take on it and to go over what I use for what. It's not going to be like an extensive Bible of every glue because I don't have every glue. And also the challenge with such a video is that being in Austria, I have access to different glues than you do wherever you are in the world. Of course, there are glues that you can get in most countries, like this Liquitex matte gel, like the art glitter glue, although that is not as readily available. So I'm happy to do a video with what I use for what and why, with examples. Is that something you would be interested in? Because I want to make a video that will help you in some way. So if you believe that would be helpful, please let me know and I will be happy to make my version of glue recommendations. So I have this now, which I think looks fine. Maybe I can even add one of these. How about the sun? Since we're talking about the weather, maybe that will fit right into the middle of that circle. Let's add some more. There's the tiniest butterfly ever. So cute. Once you start, you cannot stop. Oh, there's grass. We could try that as well. Not so useless after all. Ooh, there's two bigger butterflies. Let's take the biggest one. Kind of hard to see. So let's find a spot for it. I think I need some more spots for to-dos. Why not do a sideways pocket like this? I don't think I've ever done that. Because if I put it like this, I don't like this corner. I could, of course, make it smaller. I could just cut it off here. But why not do it sideways? That's a nice change. And I will make this a little bit smaller and cut the flaps off so that the pocket becomes more narrower. That's a hard word to say, narrower, more narrow. And I don't have to worry about my card falling out all the time. And now I can use my art glitter glue. Oh, I love this. This thin metal tip is the best, and you use a lot less glue. I am very, very heavy-handed with glue. So the metal tip is just perfect for me. So I'll add that here. I guess if you notice where the glue squished out before it dries, you can kind of rub it away. Probably better with a cloth than your fingers. And then you don't have the glossy accent. Oh, glossy accents. That's another glue. So hopefully this will still fit now. Yes. So this will be my to-do list. Then I wanted to do something here on this envelope. I have the feeling it's too much orange here. So I want to line the inside of the envelope here with another paper. So I have printouts here of my journal pages. And I think there's one that has, yeah, this one here, that has quite a bit of green. And I think this green will go well with this here. Yeah, so first I'll cut this down to make it easier to cut out the piece that I need. So this is now easier. So I need to first trim it down to fit inside the envelope. Then I can slide it in and then flip it over and then just trace the flap. So that should now fit in here. Actually, I want to see a little more of that dragonfly because you see how that's like cut off. I think I'm going to move this a little bit and adjust that so that I see that dragonfly in its entire beauty. That's better. So I'll just glue that. Oh, I missed using the metal tip with my red glitter glue. Not sponsored. I just love this glue. I'm not sure yet what I want to put inside here, but I feel like I want to grunge up this edge a little bit. So I'm going to tear that a little bit. If I would have thought about that before, I wouldn't have had to reposition this because now we see more of it anyway. Sometimes it would pay off to think ahead. Let's add some walnut stain to the edges. Also around here. And I'll glue down these folded bits a little bit. And then maybe we could add a journaling card inside. So then it won't close. And this way it's too wide. We could always trim it down a little bit. Let's re-ink the edge. Okay, that works. And maybe I can even add one of these strips. This would be the obvious choice because it's nice and neutral. What about if we do a non-obvious choice to bring some more color into it? Oh, I like this one. So let's trim that down. And we could also maybe stamp a word, maybe on this leftover piece here. How about just the word April? I'm always unsure which scissors to use when I have a combination of fabric and paper. I don't have it that often, but I don't know what's better. If you have any advice, I'd be happy to hear it. that will need some distressing on the edges. And now I'll take this to my sewing machine. Actually, I'm going to go around the whole thing with my walnut stain. Seeing this now, this other part looks too plain. Okay, so I sewed it on and I used some pink thread. Who can tell me why I used pink thread in this case? Write it in the comments below. No, that's a mean question. It's actually a trick question. The only reason why I used the pink thread was because I was too lazy to switch it out because I had just used it for another project. Okay, so this goes in here. This can still close. I don't know what to put here yet. But since I used the pink thread, what if I use this now, which is another one of those scraps, and stick that in here? Or we could even add another word if we wanted to. I definitely need to ink up those edges. In the meantime, if you could let me know which word I could stamp on it, I would be very grateful. Okay, since you guys are too slow giving me a word and I can't come up with anything, I'm going to look through my die cuts to see if I have anything that will go here. And I believe I might have some tulips, which would be perfect for April. Oh, yep, here we go. Ooh, they're a little bit too big. I could cut off all these swirly bits. Yep, I'll leave it like this. And this time I will use my art glitter glue because on the fabric I think that will work better. And for lack of a better idea, I could stamp the word tulips. So satisfying to make something out of your scraps, isn't it? I'm sure you know the feeling. Oh, and they peek out like that. That is cute. Okay, and they can live in here. What I do find annoying is this flap here. And I am way too lazy to put in a magnet now. So I'm going to try something a lot simpler, which will hopefully work. Since I have this round piece here, I just want to cut a little slit here, into which I can then insert that tip of the circle. So I'll add some cardboard inside so I don't cut through my envelope. And I will carefully make a slit here. Let's see if this works. Oh, it does. Let's see if it works when I have my card in there. Ha, perfect. So easy. How corny would it look if I would add a tiny, tiny heart on these dragonflies? Let's just do it. We can always take it off. It is so tiny. It's so small, you can hardly see it. I was just looking through this catalog again and I stumbled upon this site. Oh my goodness, I'm in the internet too much. This page. And even though this is totally not my style, I'm sure some of you will find it very cute and I can see its appeal, but it's just not my style. But nevertheless, by the way, this is made by art_by_Marlene if you want to check her out on Instagram. I do like some elements though here. For example, I like these flowers. I like what's going on up here. And I like this bit here, or even, you know, these bits here. So I think I'll cut these out. And even if I don't use them today, they'll be fun to use in some colorful collage. I think I'm all set for the upcoming Art Journal Festival. This is all I need. So those of you that have been following me since last summer, you might know that I went to an art journal festival here in Vienna, which was the first one ever here in Vienna. And Christine, the hostess, is making another one today. Not today. Oh my goodness. This summer in June. And I'm so excited to be able to go again. Let me know if you want me to document that like last time. Maybe even do like a packing video, a preparation video like I did for the Keeper of Memory workshop. Let me know if that is something you would be interested in. I hope you feel inspired to use the things that you have laying around at home. Usually the ephemera pieces I make with those kind of materials are my favorite. As well as, of course, special items that have been sent to me. But thank you so much for keeping me company. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah. We're telling secrets in the dark while drinking whiskey neat. I would fall in a second if you let me, 'cause you're all that I want, could you let me?